guys, if you didn't know, October marks the 50th anniversary of the Clean Water Act. But some communities across the country are now facing a water crisis as a result of aging infrastructure. A recent poll even revealed that Americans support protecting water resources as the changing climate impacts the water availability and quality. And here to share more, along with guidance on how communities can protect waterways and keep drinking water safe, is Executive Vice President for the National Wildfire Federation, Mustafa Santiago Ali. Hi, Mustafa.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for being here. Now, you got to tell me, do American cities have enough clean water for their residents?
Well, there are a number of cities that do, and that's because of the hard work that has gone on over the last 50 years. You know, in 1972 is when the Clean Water Act came into being. But we also understand that our most vulnerable communities like in Jackson, Mississippi, and Flint, Michigan, and Benton Harbor, Michigan, and Baltimore, and a number of other urban and rural communities are still struggling to make sure that they have clean water, clean drinking water. So we still have a lot of work to do.
Yeah, and I want you to explain something for myself and everyone out there, because the Supreme Court is actually about to hear a case that could limit the scope of the Clean Water Act. But tell us exactly what the Clean Water Act does.
Yeah, sure. Let's break it down for folks. So there are four main elements with the Clean Water Act. The first one says that you can't just dump pollution into our water bodies, something that used to happen with real frequency. The other part is that if you're a business or an industry, that you got to have a permit. So that folks know that what's coming out of those pipes, how is that impacting our water quality and how can we mitigate it? The third part is focusing on these collaborative partnerships between states. And when states do an analysis of their water bodies, and when they find those that, have been impacted, that there is a clean water plan in place. And then the fourth element is about making sure the folks have the resources they need to build out the infrastructure so that we can have clean drinking water. So those four elements working together help us in many instances to ensure that we have clean water.
Yeah, and I mean, I would assume that this next question I'm about to ask you would it would be very bad, but I want you to tell us in your words, what would it mean if the Clean Water Act no longer protected many streams and wetlands?
It would be devastating. It'd be devastating to a whole lot of different folks across our country. For those, who actually enjoy being out with wildlife and fishing, there would be impacts there. We also know that you have to have clean water to be able to operate a number of businesses. We saw that play out in Flint, Michigan, when they said, we can't use that water because it would impact the things that we're trying to create. We also understand that there would be impacts to those who swim in whether it's lakes or streams. And then, of course, the one that most people are paying attention to is that it would have huge impacts on our drinking water. And we understand that our indigenous brothers and sisters have shared with us that water is life.
Yes.
So if we want to honor that life, we have to make sure that we're protecting water.
1,000,000%. Now we have to wrap up, but I want you to tell everyone where they can go for more information, because I want everyone out there to start taking action. You gave us all this amazing information, but where can we go for more information?
Everybody go over to the waltonfamilyfoundation.org. /clean water. You can get all kinds of amazing information that's there.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mustafa, for being here. We really appreciate you. Now,